Well, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. For whatever reason, it looks like it may be muted, but you guys have to let me know if you guys can hear me or not, man. Please let me know. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay? You guys can hear me. Okay? You guys can hear me. All right. So, as I just seen right there, I was muted. It looks like it was a strong echo right there, guys. So, welcome back. Welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, Jay Pops. We are back. We are back. Please forgive me for the long stream. I guess I done something to where it long streamed everything. But guys, we're back, baby. The podcast is home. It is here. Guys, I've missed everything. And now it's just officially time to get back to business, okay? My vacation is over with. Guy says it. Dylan Long, shout out to you, man. What's going on? Said I'm almost on my way to going to A&M. I got 2 classes left, and hopefully I can do well on those to keep my GPA above 3.0. And while I'm at Texas A&M, I will be studying wildlife management. Hey, kudos to you. Please continue to do so. And please, man, hey, by all means, go ahead and go and get you that degree from Texas A&M University, okay? So, guys, we're here, baby. It's Notre Dame week. It is officially number 7, Texas A&M. Number 7, Notre Dame versus Texas A&M at Kyle Field. With that being said, College Game Day will be in the building. Guys, I'm ready. I know you all are. Like I say, it is time to get back to business. This is Mike Elko's welcoming game, so it's just time to get back to business, man. We have been away from football for a long time. Week 0 just ended with Georgia Tech absolutely slapping the crap out of Florida State, in which they were a top 10 team. And please, guys, you guys come on here and correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Florida State? Weren't they saying Florida State had by far the best defensive line in all of college football? I think I had heard that all week. Come to find out, Florida State went up against by far the best offensive line probably in college football, okay? What we seen Georgia Tech do, anybody can do that, all right? And although Georgia Tech won by a field goal, it's still Georgia Tech at the end of the day. They came from absolutely out of nowhere. So what does that let you know? That's college football, baby. We're back. So, guys, what are we talking about here so far as Texas A&M and Notre Dame? So this is what I've been hearing. This is what I've been hearing all around the nation. Notre Dame has an elite defense. That is what I've been hearing at least for probably about 2 weeks now. I'm here to tell you this here. It's no shot at Notre Dame at all, but I don't know anybody on the defense like that. You guys have to honestly come on here and tell me who's on what. I don't know what certain position is really that much elite, but from what I'm hearing is that Notre Dame by far has one of the most elite defenses in all of college football. So my score prediction, just to go ahead and get on into it, right? I have Texas A&M winning this game by a score of 35-14. What does that say? Texas A&M absolutely has to be rolled. In Mike Elko's first game out the gate. And which is fine with me because I can go up and down the depth chart and tell you what's all what on Texas A&M roster. Although they brought in a couple of transfers. Guys, I know this already. Trust me, I do. However, how much experience is back there for Texas A&M? Number one, they have experience at the quarterback position. Although Connor Wigman has played not that many games. I know that part, right? Because he's been hurt the last couple of seasons due to Jimbo Fisher's inconsistency of offensive line coaches. Right? Fine. The thing is, guys, Jimbo Fisher isn't here anymore. And I was a big Jimbo Fisher supporter. Don't get me wrong. Jimbo could find the talent. He just couldn't find the coaches. Right? I think we can all be honest and very, very precise and clear on that. Jimbo just could not find the coaches to get what he needed to get out of this very talented roster that is still number 7, by the way. They have the 7th best talented team in the nation, by the way. Notre Dame walks in there with the top 10. They walk in there with the number 10 most talented team in all of college football. So that means something. That means if Texas A&M can go out there and they handle their business, right, against Notre Dame, and which is a top 10 team apparently from what we are looking at and what we've all been hearing, right? That means if A&M can go out and handle the business, in which I strongly believe Conor Wakeman would do, then I think we got ourselves a quarterback here in which we've been saying for a pretty long time. Guys, please let me know if you guys can hear. The reason why I'm asking this because I'm kind of seeing that microphone just pop up and kind of like mute, but I believe that's because I actually have a mic on my t-shirt now. So I wanted to make the quality a little bit better. Although you may hear my water pump in the background. I just wanted to make sure that the quality is way better now. Okay, all right. So yeah, it's good. Thanks, man. Shout out to Sunset Wingman. Sunset Wingman. Excuse me. What's up from Jacksonville, Florida, man? Hey, man, what's up to you, baby? Giggle. Howdy, and we're here. We're back, man. We're back. So I just want to give you some odds, right? And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the official 2 deep takeaways. It's not actually the depth chart, but the 2 deep takeaways they got in here. For whatever reason, I cannot blow up that. I think that unofficial depth chart or tentative, in the words of Olin Buchanan, tentative depth chart that they put out there for this week 1 game. But the odds right now, right? Well, the spread right now. A&M is a -3, which is a favorite here. And Notre Dame is pretty much the underdog, in which they're +3. So you can go either way. I'm leaning A&M. I'm going to tell you guys that right now, and I'm not coming from. I'm not coming down from it at all. I'm leaning A&M for 2 specific reasons: the quarterback position, regardless if Conor is coming back from injury and he's going into a new offense, and the defensive line that Texas A&M is going to put out on the field. All right, I'm gonna say that once again: the defensive line that Texas A&M is going to put out on the field. All right, so now let's pretty much look at that 2 deep depth chart. From what I've seen on this 2 deep depth chart, right? Most Muhammad still is not a starting wide receiver. That says something. That really, really irks me, right? Because Moose is good. Moose is damn good. But Moose still doesn't start. For whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but Moose still is not a starting wide receiver. Now, did I think he was going to start over Noah Thomas? No, I did not. Right? Because Noah is going to be out there. Jadae Walker is going to be out there. That means 2 things. Noah Thomas may just be that guy we all thought he would be. And Jadae Walker has gotten better than what he was last season because Jadae dropped some balls. He did. However, as the season went along, Jadae pretty much caught every damn thing that was thrown to him. We will give Jadae Walker that. However, Moose Muhammad is still a threat. Apparently, he's not a threat as many of us is thinking of. Moose has the potential to be a 2nd to 3rd round wide receiver, but I just don't know what's the issue. I really don't, because he can catch the football. From at least what I've seen, Moose can catch the football, but hey, I'm not the head coach. So obviously they're seeing something that I'm not. I really, really, really want to know what that is. And we're going to find out sooner or later, man, when this team gets out on the field. So, but anywho, guys, let's go ahead and get on to it, right? So this is pretty much what I got. In they got it mixed in with the starters, but they also got it mixed in with the backups as well. All right, so backup left guard, and I think this is because Cam Dewberry is pretty much coming back from off that injury he sustained on last season, right? So backup left guard, they got Cam Dewberry or Aki. I'm not going to pronounce that last name, but I'm gonna just say Aki OG. Okay, I will not mess up guys' names this year. All right, so Cam Dewberry or Aki OG. The next guy, starting center. This is who they got as starting center, in which I agree with. Mark Nabu or Kalinu Fua. I believe that's how you pronounce the name right there. Starting right tackle, Ruben Farbery or Demetrius Crownover. I'm gonna say it like this. That too deep is very, very good at right tackle, in which pretty much everybody already knows right now, right? Ruben Farbery and Demetrius Crownover, in which Demetrius Crownover can pretty much go anywhere on that offensive line. I commend that young man. That young man really, really stuck in there. And he was a fullback at first, and I believe he was a tight end coming in when he had got recruited. But he went to fullback, and now he's on the offensive line, pretty much doing whatever he can do to help this team. I love that. I think he will be a reliable backup. And we all know Ruben Farbery will start, right? All right. It's something about that right side of the field, and where we're going to see a lot of running backs run over to that side. All right. So backup tight end, Shane Calhoun or Donovan Green or Theo Ostrom. I'm curious to know, who do they have as a starting tight end? I've heard in camp that Theodore Ostrom has looked very good. I've heard he's put on some more weight, and I heard he is blocking very damn good. We all know Donovan Green is pretty much coming back off injury. However, I still do think Donovan will start. But with that being said, due to the severity of his injury that he sustained on last year, Donovan Green, they may just be willing to work him back into the rotation instead of just throwing him out in the fire like that, in which I honestly agree with. I have no problem with that. I hope Donovan has no problem with that. And he's willing to commit to the process of Colin Klein working him into that offense, but just not being ready for game one. I really salute to that one. All right. So, like I said, backup tight end, Shane Calhoun or Donovan Green or Theo Melodum Ostrom. If it's Theo Melodum Ostrom out there starting at tight end, absolutely be looking for a lot of balls being thrown his way in this first game of the season. And I'm gonna speak for all of you guys as well as myself. We're going to like what we're going to see out of Theo Melodum Ostrom. Trust me, I've been studying that guy for a very long time. He is very big, very athletic. And if I'm hearing what I'm hearing, that in practice he's blocking way more better than he used to, all I can say is be ready. Also, just to throw this out there, Mike Elko did inform everybody around the nation, which is all Aggies, that this team is healthy. It's I don't know what, excluding Ruben Owens, right? Other than that, this team is by far the most healthiest team that he's ever coached while being the head coach. All right, this is probably the most healthiest team that we have seen ever since the Jimbo Fisher era, but 2020. All right, because in 2020, most of everybody was healthy that I pretty much know of. Okay, so if we're getting that type of team trotting out on the field, regardless if it's Mike Elko's first year, that offensive line is going to be damn good. All right, I believe in that offensive line coach, and I believe in our strength and conditioning coordinator, Tony Moffitt. I believe Tony Moffitt is going to do something golden here. LSU hated when he left, because even looking at the LSU team, Brian Kelly didn't have a lot of injuries like that. All right, so I'm going to just throw that out there as well. That's just a little nugget. Please be looking at that. All right, so backup slot wide receiver, Michael Tees or Isaiah Williams. What I've heard from Isaiah Williams, he's honestly that fast. He's honestly that guy, because he can catch as well. And I believe that they will be very good. Shout out to Shout out to Austin 3. Hey, yo, I'm a Tennessee fan checking in. Texas A&M beats Notre Dame 34-27. I like that. Giggle. In which, man, this is going to be a very good game. But if I'm hearing what I'm hearing correctly with Isaiah Williams is going to be a very good freshman. I think they work him into the rotation. Like I say, as of right now, they're looking at him as a backup slot wide receiver, which is very, very dangerous. That lets me know a lot of things, but that that also lets me know about Moose Muhammad. What is Moose really doing? What is he really doing? Man, I am honestly concerned about that wide receiver room when it comes to Moose Muhammad. Is he getting pushed down the depth chart again? And what's the issue to where you can't be ready at the start of the season all the time, man? We've been seeing this for several seasons now. He's by far the most veteran receiver on the team. So I'm curious to know how that goes. Maybe they're just faking it. Maybe they're going to throw him out there. But I don't know. Wide receiver Micah Tease is still good. You have to remember that Micah Tease, although he's a possession wide receiver, he is very, very fast. All right. So I'm happy and I'm elated to hear that. But if I'm hearing this here, that means the starting wide receiver are these guys. Number 1, Noah Thomas, Ja'Day Walker, and Cyrus Allen. I don't think a lot of people know Cyrus Allen like that, but then again, I think a lot of people do know Cyrus Allen. So it's going to be a pretty new wide receiver core, but then again, it's not. Noah and Ja'Day, they've already played together with Connor at the helm. I like what I see right there. I like what I see. I think this wide receiver core is going to be a sleeper wide receiver core, and I don't think many people are going to be prepared for what they're going to see game 1, and which is going to be very good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp it. I'm giving Connor 275 in this game. I do not think Connor will throw for 150 yards, people. This is not Max Johnson dropping back. This is Connor Wigman we're talking about. He's starting in a new offense. I know that part. You guys must have not seen Colin Klein's offense, okay? You must have not seen the rankings. I'm not going to sit up here and say I watched all of Kansas State games, but I've seen what I needed to see, in which Colin Klein was okay. All right? No, damn okay. He was one of the best in the country. All right. The only problem was that we went after the guy that's at Notre Dame right now that came from LSU. Right? Notre Dame beat us to the punch and we couldn't get it. That's all that is. All right. So is it personal? Probably so. All right. Let's keep on going here. Backup quarterback, Jalen Henderson or Marcel Reed. From what I've heard, both of these guys have had a pretty good camp. Who would I like to see as backup to Connor Wigman? It's Marcel Reed. I'm sorry. Jalen, he's good. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like Marcel Reed is better. I honestly do. I honestly feel like Connor's going to come back one more year, which is next year. I feel like most of that team is going to come back next year for one more year, and that team is going to have the highest draft stock that we have seen ever since the Kevin Sumlin era 10 years ago. I'm going to say it once again, 10 years ago. No, I'm sorry, 11 years ago. That's going to be the highest draft stock that we've seen in a very long time. I'm going to say this once again. I believe Connor will come back next year, but it's all about this year. I believe Marcel Reed will back up Connor Wigman, and I believe Marcel Reed will get that starting job in 2026. If Connor does leave, I believe Marcel Reed will step in and be the starter in 2025. All right, you guys have heard it here first. We're going to see all what's what, but as of right now, the backup quarterback, in my opinion, I haven't seen nothing yet, is Marcel Reed. Backup running back, Amari Daniels and E.J. Smith. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this to Amari Daniels. I believe E.J. Smith is third. However, E.J. Smith could work his way into rotation, and what I'm hearing that E.J. Smith is pretty damn good. Just like I've been saying when a guy came from out of high school. He's pretty damn good. It's nothing wrong with it's nothing wrong with E.J. Smith. He was at Stanford, don't get me wrong. But Stanford wasn't good, and that's not E.J. Smith's fault. That's not his fault at all. That's strictly Stanford. All right? Now, I understood why he chose Stanford. However, the football program was already declining when he went there. However, he's with us now. I think he fits in perfect with this Colin Klein offense. Expect E.J. Smith out there more than rotation than Amari Daniels when it comes to third down passing plays. Why? Because that is a reliable running back when it comes to throwing screens or getting him out in the flat period and just letting him be. That is one of the more well put together running backs. However, you just haven't seen it. But I know this young man because I watched him in high school. E.J. Smith is going to be good. Let's talk about the starter, though. Le'Veon Moss, what all do you need to know? We seen Le'Veon last year. The problem with Le'Veon Moss was this here. He didn't have a quarterback when Max was out there. All right, we seen the Tennessee game that really pissed me off as well. We seen some other games that pissed me off as well. It was a couple of balls and where Le'Veon was open, right? We're talking about the passing game here. Le'Veon was wide the freak open. The ball just couldn't get to him. I hate it. The ball just couldn't get to him. Why? Because Max Johnson was back there, right? I'm not going to talk about Max like he was a bad quarterback. He just couldn't make throws when they were right there in front of his face, okay? However, get back to my point here. We have a pretty good running back unit. I'm not going to discuss the fact that we will miss Ruben Owens. We will. Why? Because Ruben Owens is a true five-star running back. I'm going to say that for the people in the back. Once again, for all the Texas fans that may be on here listening as well, for all the Notre Dame fans. Yeah, that's true. We're going to miss him. He's a true five-star running back. He can work all over the field. He can be a running back and he can be a wide receiver. Wherever you need him at, he's there. All right, we are going to miss that, but the running backs that we have in place, in which is Le'Veon Moss, Amari Daniels, and E.J. Smith, I think they're going to be just as fine. It's nothing wrong with those guys. We're not going to discredit that. It's nothing wrong with those guys at all. And I honestly do think that they can push Notre Dame's defense around a little bit. I'm not going to say they're going to run all over them. That's what I'm not going to say. All right? But I'm not going to talk about Notre Dame's defense like it's just a star-studded superstar defensive team. I'm sorry. They got to prove it just like A&M got to prove it. These guys have to show you. I do feel like it's going to be a good game. Don't get me wrong, but if I'm saying 35-14, that lets you know that that's going to be a blowout. I think A&M pulls away very late. That's what I believe. This is what the analytics tell me. A&M is a pretty good damn team. They have the 7th best talented roster still. The running backs are still good. And I'll take those running backs over Notre Dame's running back any day. I'll take Texas A&M defensive line over Notre Dame's defensive line any day. I can't say I'll take Texas A&M cornerbacks over Notre Dame cornerbacks. Not if I'm hearing what I'm hearing. All right, so that one I would give them. Linebackers, I'll take my linebacker, Terrion York, any day of the week. All right, so we're going to keep on going here, though. Backup defensive tackle, and I'm so glad to hear this. I am super glad to hear this just as well as you guys. Backup defensive tackle, that means he's going to be in rotation. Gabriel Brownlow-Dendy. Good God almighty. Please let him get in the game already. Do you not know how long I've been waiting for Gabriel Brownlow-Dendy to get on the damn field, man? I can't blame the young man because the injuries has just set him back. But it's time. He's healthy as well. Do you not know how monstrous that is for that defensive line that's coming in there with an already stacked unit starting? This is the backup. This is the backup. It says Gabriel Brownlow-Dendy or Arodus Johnson. I like what I'm hearing. All I need to hear was Gabriel Brownlow-Dendy. That was pretty much it for me. That was it. That's all I need to hear. If you're going to tell me that he's going to be the backup, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch. Why? Because I love a rotating defensive line, especially the defensive line that gets after the quarterback, just like I know Mike Elko is going to have that team do. Expect a lot of blitzes in this game, people. Please expect a lot of blitzes, man. You're going to see a lot of linebackers charging. You're going to see a lot of defensive linemen, in which I'm saying 5. We know Mike Elko's defense already. That guy's going to put 5 defensive linemen on the field, and he's going to make Riley Leonard work. He's going to make that running back unit for Notre Dame work. Okay? The starting D tackles. This is what I love to hear, and I knew this guy was going to start. That's why he didn't leave. David Hicks, which is DJ Hicks for short. or Albert Regis. I don't mind if any of these guys flip-flop and start. To me, I think DJ Hicks will be the starter because of what we did see, and which was a little glimpse of what's to come, especially in that future of the defensive line, right? If you're telling me that DJ is out there along with Shamar Turner, Shamar Stewart, Nick Scourton, and one more added guy, in which maybe Gabriel Brown-Lodendi, how many guys did I just name right there? That was Nick Scourton, Shamar Stewart, Shamar Turner, DJ Hicks. That's 4 plus Gabriel Brown-Lodendi. Come on, man. Come on now. No, man. Mike, look, guys, Mike Elko has been here before. Yes, he's the head coach now, man, but Mike Elko's been here before. He knows that defensive line. He knows what he wants to see. Come on, guys. All right, so let's keep on going here. Starting linebacker, Solomon D. Shields or Damian Sanford or Scooby Williams. Those are 3 good picks any day of the week. I'm not all the way sure about Scooby Williams, but we're going to see. Damian Sanford, I'm anticipating his go on the field. Give me Damian Sanford, right? And just hear me out on this one. Give me Damian Sanford behind DJ Hicks. Why? Because they played in high school. I love to see when guys follow one another while getting recruited at different positions. Give me that matchup. No. I'm sorry. Don't give me that matchup. Give me that duo on the field, and let's see if it's for real or not. That's all that I'm asking. But if I'm hearing Solomon D. Shields, in which I believe he's either a junior or a senior, then that's pretty darn good. And that's your starting linebacker. Another starting linebacker, Tristan Jernigan. Shout out to Tristan Jernigan and shout out to Mama Jernigan. Okay? Very cool people, right? I follow both of them on social media, which is on X. Shout out to that entire family. Shout out to that entire family, man. All right? Very good people. I've been waiting on Tristan Jernigan because I believe that is an impact freshman that can step on the field and do what he has to do. That's all I'm saying. I believe he can step on the field as a freshman, make an impact, reach some havoc, get in, get on out. I'm not saying keep him out there for the entire game. I did not say that. But he can come in and he can make an impact. I like it. Or Jordan Lockhart. I've been following Jordan Lockhart. His brother's at A&M, and I didn't even much know his brother was at A&M. Right? So we got the whole family there. We have the whole family. I believe he'll get in there for a play or two. Right? But if practice went right, then you can absolutely see him backing up my guy that I mentioned earlier, in which I'm having a brain fart. I can't even much think of the guy's name for whatever reason. But you can absolutely see him backing him up. All right? So just be expecting that. And pretty much just be on that lookout. Starting nickelback, Tyreek Chappelle or Jaden Hill. And I believe he's the starting nickelback due to I think an injury of somebody else that I've heard. But I believe that Tyreek Chappelle gonna be a starting corner wherever he goes on the field, period. I'm already writing it down. I'm hearing about Notre Dame's cornerback, but I don't hear anybody mentioning Tyreek Chappelle. Why not? Are people not watching Tyreek Chappelle? Did people not see the film? Tyreek Chappelle was a 3-star, right? A pretty much forgotten 3-star. Mike Elko went and found him, brought him to College Station. He's from out there in the Philadelphia area. You know, he connected well with the team. What's wrong with that? I believe my wife is looking for me, I think. Is that you? Oh, this is my son, right? So shout out to him. He's playing football this season, freshman, right? He got a game coming up on Thursday. I'll be there, people, 4:30. For the ones that's living in Conroe, come out and support Conroe freshman team. His name is Rayon McGowan. All right, so you guys come on now and support him, man. Support him, right? So, but I believe that nobody is talking about Tyreek Chappelle. And I'm kind of bothered by that. Tyreek Chappelle is a damn good corner, man. I'm already putting Tyreek Chappelle in there as a high second round pick. If he's not in this, if Tyreek Chappelle comes out and have the year that I think he's gonna have, he's absolutely going first round. And that's your first round corner on our team. Notre Dame has a corner. Why can't we have a corner? That's all that I'm saying, guys. We have some pretty good dudes at defensive back. And Tyreek Chappelle is one of them. So starting nickelback, Tyreek Chappelle or Jaden Hill. Starting cornerback, Tyreek Chappelle once again, or BJ Mays, in which I'm pretty thrilled about, or Javon Thomas. I believe Javon Thomas won't start, in which he doesn't need to. Let him work himself in, but put him out there in rotation when you have to, okay? Starting cornerback as well, Will Lee, in which I'm already going to say Will Lee is going to start, all right, or Dez Ricks. So that means we got a rotation of Dez Ricks, in which I'm already high on. I'm high on former five-star recruit Dez Ricks that left high school early, right? And he chose to come to A&M instead of transferring to LSU. That's what he chose to do. He chose to come to A&M instead of transferring to LSU from Alabama. I really do love that. I love that, man. A lot of people and I heard this guy on X when I was reading what he had said. Oh man, that's a red flag right there when Bama didn't even much let him on the field. And this here's a Texas fan, right? Texas fan. They talk all this noise, forgetting that their defensive back unit was 120th in the nation last year. You have no room to breathe when you're talking about defensive backs. All right. So, but Dez Ricks, I think he's going to be very, very good. All right. And I'm highly anticipating to see what he's going to do. Starting safety, right? Dalton Brooks or Trey Jones or Marcus Ratcliffe. I'm hearing a lot about Marcus Ratcliffe, but I'm hearing a lot about Dalton Brooks. All right. However, we all know that Bryce Anderson is not coming off that field. He's going to be a starting safety. People have no choice but to give him a starting job. I believe that guy will be very, very good. Okay. And there's no doubt about it. I believe that Bryce Anderson will change the future of that defensive back unit for a long time to come. Whenever he goes to the draft, I believe Bryce Anderson will undoubtedly be a first-round draft pick whenever he decides to come out, in which is going to be very, very stout. If we go with Bryce Anderson and Dalton Brooks both being in that backfield for game one, then just know this. They're looking for interceptions, right? But they're also looking for people to be fast on that football field and irritate Notre Dame, in which I love. I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for it. I'm high on Connor Wiggins. We all knew that he was going to be the starting quarterback anyways. And from what I heard and from what you guys have heard as well, Connor is more healthier than what he's ever been. The only thing that we're looking for is for Connor to stay healthy the entire game. Not only the entire game, for the entire season. All right. We need Connor to stay healthy so we can continue to build what we all knew that we were going to build a long time ago. All right. I'm so ready for this game. College game day is going to be there, man. And it is going to be so electric. I wanted to catch college game day, but for whatever reason, I know I may not catch it. Reason being is because of the simple fact of that I know it may just rain out there a little bit. So it's a matter of me not getting caught in the rain. My wife is very thrilled. She's already talked to me about it, though. So we'll just pretty much monitor that weather. And at the same time, man, if my family is going to go with me, right, they do have to wake up early. We got to wake up early and we got to go and get a seat. All right, we got to go down there and we got to get a spot. And we're going to stay down there for the whole shebang. All right, I'm not going to the game this year. And truth be told, I may not get to any games this year. I hate it, but I know I may not get to any games this year. It's all good. However, I'm willing to go if you guys, for whatever reason, feel like you all need to invite me to it. All right. I have no problem with that at all. All right. But for the most part, I know that I may not get to go to a game this season again, man. I hate that, but like I say, I'm here rooting for these Aggies, and these Aggies are going to go far. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. I honestly do feel like, God, I don't want to say this, but I honestly do feel like this is our year. I think a lot of people are sleeping on us, in which is pretty crazy, being that we are such a talented team still. But I do understand, and I believe a lot of people are overlooking the fact that Mike Elko brought in most of those guys that were in that 2021 class that is pretty much still there. All right. He did bring in those guys. He had something to do with that recruiting. And then after he recruited those guys and pretty much told them to stay put with Jimbo, he went on to do. So I say that to say this here. We witnessed Mike Elko take down a big time program, in which was Clemson. Beat them 28-7 on last year, matter of fact, with Riley Leonard. What has Notre Dame done with Marcus Freeman? I really want you guys to think about that. Marcus Freeman has not won a big game yet. If you guys can think of one, then you guys come and let me know. You guys come and tell me that. All right? But I have not seen Marcus Freeman take down a pretty good team. I've seen him take down some average teams. But by no way, shape, or form, he's taking down some heavyweights. I'm not saying that Texas A&M is a heavyweight neither. Hell, we only ranked number 20 in the nation. But you're coming to Kyle Field. If he wins, he wins. I will honestly say that. And kudos to him. But I'm not giving him this win. I'm giving it to Texas A&M. I believe that Mike Elko is the better coach. I believe that Mike Elko has been in the coaching game way longer than Marcus Freeman. And I believe that Mike Elko knows a thing or two about Notre Dame, in which Marcus Freeman may not think he knows. I believe he knows Riley Leonard too good. I don't believe Notre Dame has the skilled players that Texas A&M may have. But that's me. Is that facts? To be honest with you, it is. Go and look it up. But we are going to see, man. We're going to see. It's not a bold prediction by any means, because of the simple fact that everybody wants to believe, well, Mike Elko is just starting, man. You know, you got to see what the offensive line is going to be, man. It's question marks on Texas A&M, but it's question marks all over Notre Dame for me. They lost their right tackle, which was an NFL product, right? And they have a new starting, either right tackle or left tackle. From what I've heard, he's gotten pushed over in practice, but that don't mean a damn thing come game day. Because come game day, he may just be solid. But if Shamar Stewart is getting around that corner way faster than what people have expected him to do, then that means it's going to be a long night. All right. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I'll be back on tomorrow. Trust me, I will. Thank you for everybody for just hanging on in there, guys. We're officially back. Gigamax.